You would think that a disclaimer like 1 year later above a chapter was enough to tip me off on a time jump. It wasn't. Hi guys, I'm Kat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another review. This time I would like to talk about The Blade So Black by L.L. McKinney. The story kicks off in the night that Alice's father dies. She runs from the hospital, distraught because of her loss, and is cornered by a nightmare. Nightmare is a creature born of negative human emotions like sorrow, anger, fear, anything really. So she gets cornered by this nightmare, and Addison Hutter turns up to help her fight it. In this fight they also find out that, hey, Alice is one of those few people who can actually see those nightmares, which is important because only human beings have the muchness. We never quite get what exactly muchness is, but only human beings have it, and only they can actually kill nightmares. So after this night, Addison takes Alice under his wing and trains her to be a dreamwalker. There are several gates into Wonderland, and Atlanta has one of them, which is where Alice lives. So after some training, they set off to actually visit Wonderland and fight the nightmares over there. This is where the time jump happens that completely confused me, because clearly I was too tired at this point and I had to go back a couple of pages to see the disclaimer. Oh, this is a year later. Yeah, okay. That makes a lot more sense now. Yeah, so don't read it when you're completely tired. That would help. So in some time within that year that Alice goes off to Wonderland to fight nightmares, she gets hurt. She broke her arm, I believe, and she can still feel the pain from that at points. So eventually Hutter and Alice notice that there's an influx of nightmares. There are way more than there used to be. And one that Alice thought she defeated comes back as well. So she sets out to investigate with her Russian dreamwalker counterparts Dee and them. And through a series of unfortunate events, Hutter gets poisoned and Alice has to go further into Wonderland than ever before to find an antidote for him. When she does that, she also finds out that the White Queen has been poisoned in the same way. So she takes along Princess Odabeth and her guardian Xenon to try and find an antidote. The story ends on a massive cliffhanger. So rejoice that the second book is already out. A Dream So Dark is already available, and you might want to read it straight after. As for the characters, Alice is a 17 or 18-year-old, I'm not quite sure, black girl who is really into cosplay. She's a very active character that's easy to empathize with and fun to follow. She encounters the same issues as Buffy the Vampire Slayer, with balancing school, family, and monster hunting, which is never easy and always poses massive issues, especially if you have a single mom who is constantly worried about you. As for the backstory there, a black girl got shot in her neighborhood sometime prior to this, and whenever Alice is not actually home when she's supposed to be, her mom freaks out, and this event is also part of the reason why there are more nightmares around. People are on edge, obviously. Her best friends Chess and Courtney are quite sympathetic as well, to a degree, because at some point Alice goes off to Wonderland to fight something and gets injured and takes longer to recover before she can come back. And because of that she misses Courtney's birthday party. And Courtney is a right bitch about it. Like seriously, she knows what Alice is up to because she consistently gives her an alibi in front of her mom and whoever else, alongside her I work at a bar excuse. So Courtney covers for Alice. But then when Alice doesn't turn up to her birthday party until the very, very end while people are already leaving, she gets massively bitchy about it. And just, girl, you know what your friend is up to. You know she would have turned up to your birthday party, which she made clear is a big deal to her and very important. But you know your friend is out there fighting and could get killed, and this is your reaction to her not turning up to something you wanted her to be in? It's just like, when they get over it rather quickly. I think it's just a couple of days between this and Courtney coming to the rescue or trying to help Alice when Hutter gets poisoned. But for those few days I really disliked her. Chess, I know a lot less about Chess aside from the fact that he's buddies with Alice. They jib along when they make fun of each other. And he has a thing for Alice. So at some point they agree to an undate, which we never get to see because shit happens. Courtney and Chess are true friends. When they find out that Alice is off to go monster hunting, well, Courtney knows for a lot longer than Chess, but Courtney helps out by providing alibis, and Chess, the second he finds out, he's just like, yeah, we're helping you, whatever this is, we're totally in. We're fine breaking into a school and risking our lives for you. I was like, yay, that's what friends are for. Hatta is a mentor to Alice, and when it becomes clear that she might want to date him, that she has something going for him, you're a bit like, okay, this is Buffy and Angel all over again, kind of. Because he looks like a teen or like a 20-year-old. He's quite a bit older, I think. Beings from Wonderland have a different lifespan than human beings, so he might be like hundreds of years old, really. It makes you wonder, why would you have an interest in this teenage girl? The other way around, okay, he's mysterious, he's different, he teaches you how to use weapons, so okay, I get that part. But in the other direction, I'm not so sure. Which leads me to the romance subplot. It's a very minor plot, so if you're really not into romance, it's not gonna bog you down all that much. It's where Alice kind of has to choose between Chess, who was making a move on her, and she feels some kind of attraction there as well, but then Hatta is so much more interesting to her. Again, I'm not sure about that part, because spoilers ahead. Oh, there were spoilers before, sorry. But at some point she makes out with Hatta after they save him, they start kissing, and you're just like, why would this guy be interested in her? I mean, she's an interesting character, yes, for a human being, but for something or somebody that's a couple of 100 years old possibly, I don't know. It's just weird. I think Chess would have been the better option. Other side characters, where it also led to some sort of confusion for me, because while the White Princess, Odabeth, has quite a vivid description of what she looks like with her white hair, her dark skin, and, you know, you have a picture for her, but I also thought she was about 12. So when it becomes clear that she has feelings for her guardian Xenon, who's written like she's maybe 20, 25, somewhere in that range, is how I understood it. It's like, yeah, okay, that's a crush that will never go anywhere, okay. But then towards the end, after Xenon gets injured and recovers, they start making out in front of everybody, and I was like, well, I guess you're not 12 then. I must have missed something there. I imagine the book tells me how old roughly she is through Alice's eyes at some point when I missed it, but when I came to the scene, I was just like, ooh, okay, I missed something. It's that. Another side character is Maddie, who speaks in riddles unless she drinks a potion, which then brings her down to average human speech, I guess. Alice has real trouble understanding her, unless she is on that potion. Sadly, there is no grinning cat. This character has been turned into a wall clock. You get to see it at some point, but, you know, it's never a real cat. The whole book is told through Alice's POV, and since she's an interesting and strong character to follow, it's quite fun. The story contains quite a bit of conflict between Alice and her mom, because Alice is never where she's supposed to be, she's never home for curfew, and obviously she can't tell her mom, or she thinks she can't tell her mom what she's up to. The villain is the Black Knight, who has a very interesting entangled backstory with Hatta, so up until the end we don't really know who he is. But we know he has some interesting powers, as does the force that is actually responsible for anything, because, massive spoiler ahead, that's for the cliffhanger as well. Chess dies and then comes back, but as a crony of the dark forces. I think the writing was strong. I don't remember any cliches that made me roll my eyes or any prose that made me go, did we need this? So I quite enjoyed it. Overall, I think it deserves this cat, which is 4 stars, by the way. I figured I should probably mention this at some point because I have those cat pictures but no comment on what they actually mean. Well planned, me. Anyway, I can only recommend this book, so I'll put links where to find it down in the description. And the next one is also out, so you can read right past the cliffhanger. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to help this channel out, like and subscribe, and discuss the book in the comments. I'll be back next week with another review. Bye guys!